Little Thinker's studio, where stories sparkle and songs come to life. Are you ready for today's adventure? Let's go. This story has 3 parts. First, we'll hear what happened from Willow's point of view. Willow liked to be included. She wasn't the loudest in this group or the funniest, but she loved being invited into games, into jokes, into shared secrets. That's why it felt good when Buzzby called her over at recess. "Hey, Willow, come here," he said. "We're doing something hilarious." She walked over and saw a circle of kids giggling near the slide. Buzzby was holding up a drawing, something fast and scribbly. He whispered, "It's Max's reading voice." The drawing had exaggerated squiggly lines, and above it he'd written, "Slow like a sleepy snail." Everyone laughed. Willow looked at the drawing, then at Max, who was sitting on the far bench, tying and untying his shoelaces. Buzzby nudged her. Funny, right? Willow gave a tiny smile. But her stomach didn't smile. Later that day, during math, Buzzby passed her a folded note. Inside was another drawing, this time Max with huge glasses and letters flying away from his book. Willow didn't laugh. She didn't say anything. She just handed the note back. Buzzby raised his eyebrows. "Too serious today?" Willow shrugged. But inside, something felt tight and tingly. Like when you're wearing a jacket that doesn't quite fit anymore. That night, Willow sat in bed and tried to draw. Usually, it helped her think. But tonight, her pencil just made lines that didn't go anywhere. She kept seeing Max's face. He hadn't looked surprised or angry. He'd looked used to it. That was the part that made her chest ache. The next morning, the group gathered again. Buzzby pulled out another Max joke. Willow felt her legs freeze, but then something in her moved. She didn't yell, she didn't argue. She just said, "I don't want to do this anymore." Buzzby looked confused. "What?" She took a breath. "I don't like it. It's not kind, and it doesn't feel funny to me." The giggling stopped. Someone whispered, "Whoa." Buzzby rolled his eyes. "It's just a joke." Willow shook her head. "It's not for Max." Then she walked away. Her legs shook, but her chest felt real. At lunch, she sat quietly by the window. Max passed by, tray in hand. He stopped, then sat beside her. He didn't say much, just looked out the window and munched his carrots. Before leaving, he said, "You didn't laugh today. Thanks." That night, Willow wrote in her journal, "Not following can be harder than following, but sometimes it's the braver thing." Now let's go back and hear what happened from Buzzby's point of view. Buzzby loved making people laugh. It was like magic. One joke, boom, people smiled. One silly voice, bam, eyes lit up. He wasn't trying to be mean. He just liked reactions. And Max always gave him material. The way Max read slow, the way he got flustered. It was easy, and if no one was complaining, Buzzby figured it was fine. When he passed Willow the drawing and she didn't laugh, he was surprised. She was usually easygoing, She didn't like drama. So when she handed it back, quiet but firm, Buzzby blinked. Was it too far? He hadn't thought so. The next morning, when Willow said no, in front of everyone, it stung. Not because she yelled, she didn't. She just didn't join in. And that was louder than yelling. Buzzby felt his ears burn. He wanted to roll his eyes, to say whatever. But something about the way she said, "It's not for Max," stuck. At lunch, he saw Max and Willow sitting together. He felt something twist in his chest. Not jealousy, not guilt even. Something new. Maybe he'd made Max feel small. Maybe he'd been getting laughs with the wrong kind of magic. That night, he opened his notebook, the one he usually filled with funny stuff. He drew 3 circles: laughter, kindness, and courage. And in the middle, where they overlapped, he wrote, "Next time, choose this." Now it's your turn. Here are 3 questions for you and your grown-up to talk about together. Have you ever felt pressure to laugh or join in, even if it didn't feel right? What would it feel like to say no in that moment? What's something brave you've done by not doing what others expected? You can talk about it, draw it, or just think it over quietly. Your voice matters, even when it says, "I won't follow." Thanks for listening, little thinkers. Sometimes walking away is the biggest step forward. Thanks for listening to Little Thinker Studio. Keep dreaming, keep learning, and come back soon for another fun story and song. Bye-bye, little thinkers.